94.7 WMAS, it's the Kellogg Krew with Chris, Dina, and Lopez, and he is the owner of OCC, Orange County Choppers, and of course the star of American Chopper on the Discovery Channel. Paul Teutul Sr. is on the phone with us. Good morning, Paul.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Okay to call you Senior, like they do on the show?
Yeah, you can call me Senior.
Well, happy holidays, first of all.
Thank you. You too.
It's great to talk with you. I'm a huge fan. I never miss an episode. It is such compelling television. I know that you're doing well in the ratings, right?
Yeah, no, crazy. Yeah, they put us back on. They put us back on Discovery after 4 years, which is totally amazing.
Why did they switch you back and forth from Discovery and CLC?
We were doing so great with the ratings, and the male demographic was so phenomenal that they tried to. They said let's put some repeats on Discovery and see how they do. And we did real well with them, and now that we got the regular show on there, we're getting great ratings, and that's really where we belong as far as I'm concerned. That's where we started,
Now, do you watch your own shows?
I don't.
No?
No.
Is it tough to watch yourself?
No, I don't like to. I'm not crazy about some of the things that go on in the show now that upset me, to be honest with you. So I just don't watch it,
Right. Well, you got a marathon coming up Sunday on Discovery. What's it like to have a whole day dedicated to your family? I mean, that's awesome.
It is awesome. Back in the day, it was like every week they did a marathon. I mean, they really, they used to really, constantly show the show all day long.
Right.
But it's been a while, so it's pretty exciting for them to come back and do that again,
Now, that's a lot of time in front of the cameras if you're having marathons here.
Yeah.
How many hours a week are those cameras rolling on you?
We usually film 5 days a week unless we're traveling, then it's 6 or 7. But generally, if we're in a shop, it's 5 days a week.
How many hours a day?
10.
Wow.
You know what I love about
Nothing's private.
I mean, it's definite reality TV because you guys are actually going through this this competition between you and your son, Paul, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's hard because I watch the show and, there's part of me that goes, maybe this is just for ratings or whatever. But, I mean, that's hard to act. I mean, you guys are really going through this, correct?
Yeah, there's no acting on our show. I mean, there never has been,
Well, some of these shows nowadays, I mean, they pretty much set everything up and they call themselves, reality shows.
Do you think a lot of this tension comes from the show, or is that tension that would have been there without the show being present?
That's a good question. I think that there was always difficulties in the relationships for the same reason that they've been, since, the way that they're shown on the show, the difficulties that they show between me and him, that's basically been going on for 20 years because he's actually worked for me I had a steel business, and it was kind of the same thing in the steel business, and it kind of never changed. So, yeah, I mean, the only difference now is he's on his own, and he could kind of set his own rules, and that's pretty much the difference between working with me and doing his thing. Either the thing is here he had somebody to answer to, and now he doesn't.
Right.
How does it make you feel that this is all out there for the public to see? You're on a show about bikes, but here's your personal life spilled out for everybody.
You come to the point where, listen, it's beyond being a secret. You know what I mean? So it's acceptance. I mean, the world knows who I am. The world knows what I'm about, and the world knows that I'm not afraid of that. I am who I am. You know what I mean? And listen, I think that most people identify, and most people they have the same problems I do. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's just me. I think there's a lot of people that have the same kind of problems, and the only difference is I'm doing it in front of millions of people,
Right. Now, from what I see on the show, when you guys are working together, it seems like you guys get more frustrated with each other between you and Paul Jr. He doesn't come in on time for work, and, he's kind of a slacker as far as I see on the TV show. Yeah. But I mean, away from the shop, you guys get along really well. I mean, if you guys were both to give up your businesses, I mean, do you think you'd have a great relationship?
I'll be totally honest with you. We did have a relationship. Was it a great relationship? I can't say it was. You know what I mean? Because, I guess the thing of it is that we probably should have, I think that the working place had a big effect on, because as a kid he worked for me too. So again, those issues were always there, and they're taken home. You know what I'm saying? You don't leave them at the shop.
Right. Well, I know on the show last week you had talked about some counseling. Now that show was filmed back in August or September?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
So where are we now in your relationship? Have you gone for counseling, or has anything worked out?
Yeah, no, I did go. So you'll probably see that this week coming up. I think that they filmed me with the counselor. I'm not opposed to that. I mean, I've done it. I had a problem with drugs and alcohol for a good part of my life, and then afterwards, after that, I done a ton of counseling and stuff. So I'm very familiar with it, and I'm definitely not afraid of it. So the point is that if something, I felt that something was going to be resolved if I did that, and it wasn't. So it kind of hurt me,
Yeah, I mean, you're a tough guy on the exterior, but going to counseling. I've gone to counseling for years.
Yeah.
And it really does help and really gets to some roots of the problem and really makes you human again. So I'm glad you're going to counseling, man. Any word on any chance of you calling your sons for the holiday?
No.
I'll
be totally honest with you. No, it doesn't. There's not that. We're not there yet. Hopefully soon. You know what I mean? I mean, I'd rather have it that way, you know what I mean, than the way it is. But it's just something that I think that you never know, something good might come out of it,
And I get the feeling watching the show that you guys kind of in the back of your heads have this idea that you will be together in the end.
Yeah, I believe so.
I really sense that, and you guys aren't getting any younger. I mean, no offense. But, I've been estranged from my dad for about 8 years, and I think I would love to build a relationship with him, but, it only goes one way. Who do you think in a relationship between father and son, who should be the one to, say, hey, let's work this thing out?
Honestly, not for nothing, I think there's an order to that, and I think it's the son, and that's biblically too, you know what I mean? But I believe it is. Listen, is it below me to do that? Absolutely not. Have I done it? Yeah, I have reached out, and tried to be the bigger man, and knocked on his door. But yeah, I think it's important that the son, respects the father, or try to initiate something. You know what I mean? I've been trying to initiate something with those guys for months and months and months now, and I get nowhere. You know what I mean? So I get frustrated that I keep reaching out, you know what I mean, and I don't get any results. And, the counseling thing is just one thing of it, because, I was told by Michael that if I did do that, then there'd be a good chance of reconciliation and we can get together. And that didn't happen,
Well, what about some of the pranks you pull? Because it seems like that really gets on their nerves, like sending over a guy that looked like you in one of the episodes. From listening to them on the show, that's what kind of irks them. Is like, well, how can he do this to us and disrespect us if he's trying to make amends?
You know what? I'm going to do that, and I'm going to continue to do that, because as far as I'm concerned, it you need some play too. You know what I mean? Everything can't be work. That stuff went on for years when we were together, and in actuality, I was usually the guy that got the brunt of it. You know what I'm saying? So as far as I'm concerned, if you notice, we have fun in our shop. You know what I mean? Everybody's relaxed.
Right, but I don't think Pauly. I don't think Paul Jr. appreciated the guy that you sent over.
He's got no sense of humor.
Well, I mean, he personally looked hurt when that happened, and I know as a father you don't want to do that to your kid.
No,
I mean,
I don't know if it's a hurt or it's an act. I don't really know. But if you're asking me, if I feel bad that I did that, I don't.
All right. Well, what are you working on right now in the shop?
We just finished a bike for Bic. Yeah, and then
for who?
Bic, the razor company.
Oh, okay, Bic.
Yeah. So we just finished that. Actually, the cameras are not here now. They take off 2 weeks this time of the year, so we just kind of work on our own stuff now. So
now,
got a little break.
How much does a custom bike usually go for?
It depends. It really does. I mean, we got bikes that start at $21,000 all the way up to, $150 or better.
Now, who decides on who makes the bike? Is it you, or is it the Discovery Channel? Is it a collaboration?
No, we do. We decide. I mean, the customer decides, but we develop the, we design the bike and whatnot, and then we have to get the approval from the customer. You know what I mean?
Do you ever get like a really strange bike request? Like, what's the weirdest thing you ever got?
Like what?
Like a really weird or strange bike request?
Oh, jeez. We have, off the top of my head, I can't remember because there's been so many,
Well, anything like Bosley Hair Club for Men? They want hair all over the bike or anything like that?
We just did a bike for them.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious? I was just joking.
No, I'm serious. You'll see it. Hair Club for Men.
That's too funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
Look
but
at
I tell you, when you see the bike, it's going to blow your mind.
Wow. Well, we look forward, of course, the day-long American Chopper on Discovery this Sunday. And also, you're going to be at Foxwoods coming in a couple weeks, January 15th. What are you going to be doing there?
We're going to be doing what we've done before. We do a live show. We have our own in-house band.
Uh-huh.
And we just we build a bike up on stage, and I think we're going to do it a little different this time. I think that, when you're building the bike, or I'm involved building a bike, my back's kind of to the audience, you know. So I think that what we're going to do is we're going to show a lot of clips of different shows. And I think that, I'm going to do a Q&A, and I'm going to be more involved with the audience. Not that I won't go back and forth with the bike, but I think that's what's going to be a little bit different this time, And then the band plays. We have a great band, and so it's we've done it. We've done quite a few shows.
Yeah.
It worked out really well,
Well, that's great. Always love the unveilings. Paul, thank you very much. America's rooting for you and your sons.
Yeah, and I appreciate that.
You know that, and I don't think that we like seeing the rivalry between you two, and I think everybody would be much happier if you guys get together. So we wish you a very peaceful Christmas.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much, and you have a nice holiday, too.